Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So Cleveland will get the first possession. So here's Miami's starting group. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Dang out there with Whiteside. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. Well, last season would be... one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin, and Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team, and I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. That's good.
You know, he operates so well close to the bucket. There's nothing he likes more than seeing an opening inside.
And stolen by Love. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Shumpert with the ball. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws. And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
He doesn't get the second one.
And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways.
Here is Love. After the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Here's Irving. That falls. Great assist by Love. Irving's got his first points in this one.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Irving against Dragic. Here's Whiteside. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right, showing him off right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Love wide open. He fires. Misses, and he wants that one back. Wade with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Dragic against Irving. A shot. No good. Good D by LeBron. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Shumpert dishes to Thompson. Up against Whiteside. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Buries it from three-point range. Shumpert's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
And how about for the Heat having the best road record of any team that didn't make the postseason in the East? But as you said, struggling on the road will sink a team battling for a playoff spot.
And that one's good. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
And the basket by Johnson. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in.
You know, one final note, guys, on the Heat and their road losses. They ended up going only 2-8 in their last 10 road games of the year. That was a big part of how they fell out of the 8th playoff seed. You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
A different look now for Cleveland. Fry comes in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Then for the Heat, Amari Stoudemire. He's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Joe Johnson. And it's Richardson in for Dwayne Wade. Now here's Love. Shot clock at 5. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, no good there off the double clutch. For 3, Richardson. And James pulls it down. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside jumper. Love kicks to LeBron, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Richardson. Richardson missing again.
You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
Now here's Love. Launches it. Again, Love missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
So it's Richardson with the jam.
Timeout.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Cavaliers. We're talking about Channing Frye last year. The three-point shot still there for the second straight season, Greg. He hit the second most threes among power forwards again, standing in back of Kevin Love.
Yeah, and offensively fine, but that defense, Kevin, was not there. And Frye was neither quick enough or aggressive enough to stop anyone. And you know he has the talent. It's up to him. He's got to dig a little deeper if he really wants to realize his potential.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov comes in for Kevin Love. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for James. And Miami also making a switch. Nick Roberts is checked in. There's Winslow. Shot is off. And Cleveland will come the other way. To the paint. It's tipped. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. That puts them in the lead. Richardson's got 5 points so far.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Dellavedova, that's good.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope, it's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
And it's Dragic off the drive. It's holding by Frye.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-overs. You got to finish the job.
And he gets the bucket.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Buffalo bully ball right there, partner.
Okay. Getting a little physical. I like that. I like that reference.
Yeah. Here's McRoberts. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 5 assists in the game.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
He dishes it to Richardson. Got it off in time. No good.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier girls.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, well, what's your take?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
Irving is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Smith in at the 3. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
Ball's knocked loose. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And it's Dellavedova missing. The Heat with the lead. The drive by Wade. Back to Richardson. The three-pointer off the mark. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest-scoring trio in the league last year.
Here's Dellavedova, and a wide-open look for Irving. Another miss by Irving. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Wade with the ball. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And Cleveland making a change here. James is checked in. Thompson, a screen on Wade. Thompson passes to Love. Nice D from Dang.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
And I feel like there's a reason Joe Johnson has gotten a number of astronomical contracts. It's because he does everything for you. He's like one of those items you buy that touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
Clark, we take a look at Joe Johnson. If you were on a good team, a team that was contending for a championship, where ideally would you like him to be? Where would you slot him?
I'd put him in that first or second scoring role because he's so good and scores so effortlessly. And at some point, I think he's going to hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Irving from long range. Offensive rebound. And Whiteside sends it back. Here's Richardson. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Johnson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the Big Three were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25-27 against the rest of the conference, played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
Shumpert is checked in for Cleveland. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Well, Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in minutes with Greg, but